This week on Fundamentals, we're talking Beetlejuice, won't say it a third time, Terminator Zero, Space Con, and so much more. Hey, how's it going?
Heyo.
Good to have everybody back after a week off there. Glad everybody's feeling better and everybody's gotten settled into their move.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. Last week was rough, I think, for all of us for different reasons.
Total chaos.
For sure. Let's knock out a couple of things before we get the show rolling. But a lot of you that watch us every week haven't subscribed to our channel. So what are you doing? Hit subscribe right now so you can get notified every time we upload a new episode or absolutely anything shorts. You don't want to miss it. We have some great things come down the pipeline. Also, we are still doing our giveaway. So let's cover our giveaway. We are giving away a Marvel Legends Red Skull autographed by Ross Marquand himself. To enter to win, just have to follow our YouTube channel. The more you comment on our videos, the better your chance of winning is. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, we'll pick a winner and ship it straight to you.
Yeah.
Coming to a doorstep neor you.
Coming to a doorstep near you.
If you behave, you might get Ross.
What were you going to say?
If you behave, you might even get Ross Marquand for Christmas.
Oh. We can't promise that, but anything is possible.
But, did you guys know that not only do you guys get this episode today, whenever you decide to watch it, but also on Saturday,
we are getting a special episode, as we also have a guest coming on that we get to interview from Deadpool Wolverine, which is huge. So excited. Cannot wait for y'all to see who it is. We'll probably announce it. It's going to be this Saturday. We'll probably announce it Friday. We'll probably drop a post on our socials Friday who it is. And I'm super, super anxious to.
Yeah, it's good timing. It's Friday the 13th.
Oh, it is Friday.
Oh my God.
I didn't think about that.
And it's good luck. It's not bad.
Right.
Exactly.
Sure. So right off the bat, we'll start with some Marvel media. So pretty excited to get some Spider-Man news. So Shang-Chi director Destin Daniel Creton is actually going to possibly, it's like almost everything but I think officially confirmed, to helm and direct Spider-Man 4.
Yeah.
So super excited about that.
Absolutely.
I mean, as we all know, he can do it. I mean, Shang-Chi is one of those movies where I didn't really know a lot about the character in the comics or anything like that. But as all Marvel movies, like I know I'm going to see it. But it was probably one of the movies like before it came out, I was like, I wasn't hyped about it because I wasn't educated on him. You don't really hear of, a lot of people talking about that character. But I tell you what, that was probably out of that whole phase, that was probably one of the better movies that came out of it. I feel like one of the top ones. I was delightfully pleased with it. Like visually stunning. Oh my God. Like the whole thing, the comedy, Awkwafina, man. Oh my God. I freaking love her.
Shout out to Awkwafina.
For sure. But like the chemistry between them two, like, oh my God, it was great.
Mm. And now you have like all these spin-offs coming off of it. Like you have the What If episode, and now that's turned into the zombie like the zombie series that's coming out. So I mean, like I can't wait to see really what they keep doing, and like for them to finally come out with Shang-Chi too, because how are we now in 2024, almost 2025, damn near, right?
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah, and also, like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that was the movie that gave us Trevor Slattery again, which gave him his redemption arc that made him another like a fan favorite. He went from like people being mad about his character from Iron Man 3 to people loving his character in Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
and his trusty sidekick Morris.
The man who posed as Mandarin finally gets to meet the real Mandarin.
Right.
Best redemption arc for him ever.
And then we get the furry butt with wings, like
straight up booty cheeks.
Yeah. I went more Trevor Slattery for comic relief, and I went more Morris. Like both of them together, it was great. I love it.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. But let's see what else we got on this. Daredevil Born Again, which we all know is like since the Netflix series is been one of the fans' most favorite TV series that's been out for Marvel. And it's even better now that they've joined the MCU. One big thing that everybody's worried about is, are we going to get that same dark, gritty tone? They promised it, and they've actually promised, as we've talked before, that it's going to be even darker than what we've seen from Netflix, which is blowing my mind away for Disney. But also, it's already been okayed and renewed for a second season.
Yeah.
And in this second season, like, there's not really no news out besides it's been renewed. And then I think John Berthold spoke on it, if I'm not mistaken, or someone did. But it's actually going to dive even more deeper with more his Punisher in second season. More focused on him. Yep.
I have a feeling like they're not releasing more information just because they have cameos and stuff that is going to be happening in the first season that we're going to they don't want to release anything about that yet because we don't know about it yet.
Yeah. Like even more so. Like, we've already seen so many great characters leaked from these set photos. I'm going to be honest with you. There could be no more cameos in this show, and I would be okay with it because of all the characters that are going to be in this. But at the same time, we haven't seen Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, or any of them. And I at least hope they bring Jessica Jones and Luke Cage cameo in this. They deserve it. Their shows are great. The chemistry between them two and then the rest of the characters are great. So I hope we get at least even a slight teaser at the end of the last episode. Like, they bump into each other for some reason. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
we need that, though.
Yeah, and Kristen Ritter's already been confirmed that she's reprising her role. So now we're just waiting on Mike Coulter to give us the thumbs up. That
she's 100% confirmed now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, she's confirmed that she's doing Jessica Jones again. We just don't know what.
Oh, if it's going to be in Daredevil. Oh, okay. Oh, man. Like, yeah, let them bump into each other on the sidewalk or something,
in the subway.
Yeah.
Mike Coulter is strongly denying, like he doesn't. It seems like he doesn't want to come back as Luke Cage, but there's other times where he just he would if you offer him the right amount of money.
But him and Kristen were already seen together, and they teased an Instagram photo of them together a few months ago.
I mean, but we've seen Instagram teases that led us to nothing. You want to remember Halle Berry and her Storm.
Halle Berry.
Oh.
What's crazy is that's 100% like her hair from Storm, but they come to find out whatever movie she was doing at that time, they gave her that hair in that movie.
Oh.
And that's why.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but everybody automatically assumed it was Deadpool Wolverine because, all the Fox Universe characters.
Damn.
Yeah.
What movie just came out, but she's got that whitish silverish hair in that movie, and I'm like,
okay. I don't know, but she's got a scary movie coming out that I was like, it didn't look like her. I can't remember what it's called. I'll have to let y'all know in the comments after. But I saw a trailer for it when I went to go see Beetlejuice. It's the one where they had maybe
that's what I'm talking about.
The ones that they had tied around their waist, the ropes. Tied around their waist.
Oh, yeah. They can't get too far from the house without the rope. Yeah. It's her and her kid or two kids. I can't remember.
2 kids, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I remember this trailer.
Yeah.
It was one of the movies we went to see together, man. I can't remember which one it was, but I do remember that. I remember it being a horror, and they couldn't get too far from the house. And they were tied with ropes. It's a very quick teaser, I think. It didn't tell a whole lot of detail.
Yeah. At first, I was like, it looks like her, but then I was like, I don't know if that's her or not. And then she said something, and I was like, oh no, that's Halle Berry.
Oh man!
But she didn't have that hair. She had this
okay, I
she had
remember.
Longer hair. So
gotcha. There's no telling. She hasn't been anything recently in a while, so
yeah, not that I'm aware of.
Yep. Let's see. Next on the list, so Marvel Studios. A lot of these seasons we've gotten since Disney Plus started releasing these Marvel series. The big question is, after all these season ones, is are they getting season 2, or is it done after season 1? But Hawkeye is actually in early development for season 2. I know Hawkeye, I feel like it's a 50-50 thing for fans. Half the fans liked it, half the fans didn't. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it. To me, it's something I'll watch around Christmas time probably every year. It's almost like it's so heavily Christmas themed. It's definitely a new Christmas watch for me.
Okay.
And I think that, I don't know, I like the chemistry between Hawkeye and Kate Bishop. I think it's hilarious, the little banter back and forth. But then also we get Florence Pugh back in there. We get that's really the first character arc to carry on her story past the Black Widow movie. So.
Yeah.
But well, that's also where we get introduced to Echo as well, another character I've grown to love. So I don't know. I'm here for season 2, man. What y'all
I'm ready for? Yeah, I'm ready for another Kate and Yelena team up because that was one of the most badass team ups in the MCU so far.
You think we'll get them teaming up again?
That would be incredible for me.
Yeah, I'm here for it. Also, I obviously we don't know when this is coming out, but like I know some people don't want it, some people do, but I kind of do want a. It doesn't have to be called this, but I do want some kind of Young Avengers group. Like I would like to see them. I mean, we got teased at the end of the Marvels. Ms. Marvel, she's kind of playing the Nick Fury role to put together a team, and she approaches. It was actually Kate, wasn't it, at the end of that movie?
Yeah.
I want to see something. I don't know. I don't know. There's so many rumors with the Young Avengers movies. The Vision Quest. There's rumors, which we know we have different rumors now for Vision Quest, but there was a rumor for at one time that Vision would be kind of like heading and mentoring a group of these younger Avengers, which I think would be an interesting take as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I want to see something, even if it's a one and done. I'd like to see at least a one project of it.
I don't feel like we're gonna see anything like that until like Phase 0 drops again, because then they're rebuilding
right.
from the ground up. So that's where I would foresee like a Young Avengers like happening. It would be great to see that, yes. But...
this early, if we don't get it till after Secret Wars.
I'm sorry, ask that again.
Were you saying that you don't think we'll get something like that until after Secret Wars?
Yeah, okay. Because after Secret Wars, they're pretty much like that's the end point of Phase 6, and then they're going into a Phase 0, so they're restarting everything, like washing their hands and like restarting. So that's why I would think that it would be there.
They better just not wait like too long, because they've already teased, these team ups. Like obviously, Ms. Marvel's actively going after them. We wait till after Secret Wars. That's what 2027, I think. Shoot, I mean, we're talking about them not filming for another maybe 3 years, and like after a while, these people ain't going to be looking like kids, or not so young.
And maybe
anymore.
That's what like it needs to be, is that like you get to see some of them. Like we've seen Kate Bishop, but we've seen her in Hawkeye. Now we're having a Hawkeye season 2.
True.
But like, yeah, she's like a part of like this universe, but she isn't really in like other movies like that.
Right. She's just beginning to develop.
Right. So like maybe she's the one that starts this Phase 0, like as the leader, as the Tony Stark, if you will.
Okay. Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
Maybe she's the Ender Being.
That would be kind of cool to see her like as a Tony Stark, and then Ms. Marvel kind of like playing the Nick Fury role.
Yeah.
And like them two kind of like be the main heads that kind of gather everybody together.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that.
If we're talking about Hawkeye season 2, I mean, like we've already had one opportunity to introduce what is Hawkeye's government name? Clint Barton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his brother is like one of his arch nemesis, and instead of running with him for season 1 as the big bad, they chose Kingpin, which that's cool and all because they do run into each other in the comics. Right. But I think right now Clint Barton's brother would be the perfect villain for season 2 of Hawkeye.
Okay.
And he's also he's a member of like the anti-Avengers team or whatever their name was.
Oh, like the Dark Avengers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Kate Bishop and her group goes up against him a few times. So that's a good opportunity to introduce his brother. So
yeah, that'd be kind of cool because like I mean, only thing we really know about Hawkeye, we get him and ScarJo's characters, their past relation as friends, and then we get his family. But other than that, I mean, we get to see the Ronin kind of quick Ronin story in Endgame. But that'd be kind of cool to delve deeper into his story as well as expanding more of her character development.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next on the list, Disney Plus as a new category. So they finally, I don't know if they still have these actually mixed in with other stuff, but I know they put all of these finally into their own category, Marvel Unscripted. So finally, like the Avengers Assembles, I think it's pretty much all the behind the scenes stuff. Anything that's not a scripted show or movie, they finally throw these into their own category. Which I think before they had these kind of just mixed in here and there. So
yeah,
nothing
and there's
big.
27 of them. So like, if
Oh
you guys
wow,
haven't seen them, there's a lot of behind the scenes things out there now.
I love
Especially
watching
with
that
that
stuff.
Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like the simple one that they started doing, which came out, would drop after every new series or Disney Plus release. I don't know. I love seeing just like what it takes behind the camera and like what these people go through to give these projects. I think if people would watch this stuff like this a little bit more, we'd have a little bit more appreciation and not so much hate, because you actually get to see a little bit more of what it actually takes to make these. And these are not a walk in the park. Like, I get we're gonna nitpick and give our opinions on things, but at the same time, like, if some of us had a chance to make some of this stuff, like, I don't think it'd be as easy as we think it would be to make the perfect show or movie. So,
absolutely not. Like, all these different unscripted shows that's been listed, they are like TV film major paradise. It's porn for like movie nerds. Like, seeing the behind the scenes, watching the directors interact with their staff and all that. Like, it helps us inspire, and we get a little inspiration from it. And basically, like, we kind of get a better understanding of what type of work environment goes behind these movies and TV shows.
Oh yeah, 100%. See, Brad Winderbaum confirms in an interview that the Blade movie is still a go. I think he like made sure just to kind of like slide that in there and in conversation, just because of all of the people online right now. Like, you have so many people like, drop Mahershala Ali, bring Wesley Snipes back. There's only one Blade. That line was in that movie. That's for a reason. It wasn't just a joke. And so, like, I think he had to slide that in an interview. Like, no, like, Wesley Snipes is great. Like, he is our Blade. He is kind of the forefather that set the foundation for, Marvel and cinema. And we're thankful for that. And I love his cameo. I would be cool with his cameo again in Secret Wars. But no, man, give Mahershala Ali his chance. Like, I want to see this man as Blade. I think he's going to freaking kill it once he can get a killer script.
Yeah. People are crazy, man. It's like that's like the equivalent of demanding Tobey Maguire to just kick Tom Holland out of his role. It's just like,
right.
Let's let Mahershala Ali cook.
For sure, yeah. And I'm sure the man's ready, but he's not going to settle for a crappy, screenwrite. So
hell no.
Which should give him more respect, actually. So
standards.
Right. And we need that in the MCU. We need standards. So.
Yeah, we really do.
I know this was about a week and a half ago or so, but since we didn't we weren't have an episode last week. There's leaked set photos of Ben Grimm for Fantastic Four, and like they talked about how they are going to lean more into practical effects with this, with CGI tweaking. Of course, I mean, this is obviously an unfinished thing, but here's a picture. So this is actually one of our first times we actually are seeing a Ben Grimm that's like super comic accurate.
And that's exactly what I thought. The first time I saw this, I was like, I put that up next to like the comic, and I was like, holy shit.
yeah, for real. 'Cause, I mean, we actually get, if you see, you actually get the Rock eyebrow that goes across, and we've never had that out of the two live action Ben Grimms we've had. And I don't know. I'm gonna for being practical.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. This is very true. But I don't know. Just for that being practical effect without having any CGI help to it, I'm loving the way it's looking. I really am. I'm really curious. Like, I love Eben. Oh wow, I'm drawing like, was it Boss? Oh well, wow.
I will never be able to pronounce
Eben Moss
Backrock
or something like that. Wow, I'm drawing a blank right now. I'm probably going to get slaughtered for this saying that name wrong.
I call him Eben Moff Gideon. I can't even say his last name anymore.
I think it's Eben Moss Bacrock, something like that. But anyways, I love him as an actor, but I never would pictured him being a Ben Grimm. So I'm super curious to see his portrayal and how he sounds as Ben Grimm in this. Like, I'm not doubting him by no means, but I just can't picture him in the sound. So I don't know. I'm really curious to see how this goes.
I wonder if we can get that like low tones, because like Ben Grimm should not have my level of a voice. It should be down here,
Yeah, when we think of Ben Grimm, you naturally think like a very gravelly, very gravelly voice. Which I'm not gonna lie, like, CGI wasn't as good back then, but Michael Chiklis' voice for Ben Grimm I thought was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I loved his voice for Ben Grimm.
Yeah, and Thing is just like a really New York character. If you can hit that New York accent, like you can get away with murder.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Like, dead ass B.
I'm walking here.
I'm walking here.
Sorry, as I was.
No, keep going. Like,
no, you don't want me to do that.
Let's see. So Agatha, we got a new Agatha trailer. Since we had a new episode. We get a couple more clips in here. Once again, the visuals are looking chef's kiss, looking so good.
Yeah.
But we get another scene where they're in the living room, and Joe Locke's character puts up like a welcome sign above the fireplace, and I think they've invited these different people for the coven to come in, and she makes the phrase "the gang's all here," which I think is pretty funny. But also, like, she gets really mad. She's like, "Quit putting up this welcome stuff." She rips it all down, but the W stays up. Is this for a reason? Is this a teaser of Wanda, going to be maybe at the end, or are we going to get some kind of something of Wanda? I don't know. But I just think it's hilarious that I think that this W in these trailers has showed up twice already. And like, it's very, very, you don't get more obvious than ripping a welcome sign down, and you ripped every letter down but the W, and the W still left hanging on the wall. I'm just saying, are we reaching? We may be reaching, but I don't think we are with this.
I don't know. Is there another W that it could be, though?
I mean,
I can't think of another one off the top of my head.
I can't either. I mean,
outside of her son Wiccan, but
yeah, it's still Wanda related.
Yeah, exactly. I want to get one of those two.
Yeah, and maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's rumored Joe Locke is Wiccan, some kind of version of Wiccan. So maybe that is the teaser. Maybe that's the teaser. He's the one that put it up. She ripped it down. W stayed up. Maybe that's a teaser of his character that's being unnamed purposely right now.
Yeah.
Maybe that will be. And that's just another group he can join with Kate Bishop in them.
Or maybe it's a complete misdirection and it has nothing to do with anything.
Maybe it's an upside down. Maybe it's meant to be an upside down M for Mephisto.
Magneto.
Now I think that might be really reaching right there.
Yeah.
But a guy can dream. So. Oh man. Also, Spider-Man Noir. Got some new updates on that. One of y'all want to take the lead on this?
Yeah.
Yes. No, you go ahead. It's all you did.
So I kind of freestyled that for a second. Like, I remember one of the names, Jack Hudson.
Oh yeah,
was added to the cast.
That's Brendan Gleeson right there.
Yeah.
And then that guy, what's something Gleeson? What is his first name?
Yeah, Brandon Gleeson.
Brandon Gleeson. Yeah, he's going to be the villain for the series.
Yeah, so they said that he is the main villain. He has officially been casted as the main villain, but they're keeping it very much under wraps as to who the main villain of this is. So I'm excited to see exactly what that is. And I don't really know much about Jack Hudson. I just know, like, from what I've Googled, he's like a British actor, and he played in a show called like Boardwalk or something like that.
Gotcha.
But like, he just got like announced as part of the series like today.
Nice. I think he's going to be. I don't know what villain Brandon Gleeson is going to be playing, but yeah, he's a phenomenal actor. I like his acting, and I think he's definitely a perfect fit for a villain.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm curious. I'm excited and nervous all at the same time. But like,
after everything that we've seen with them, like throwing out the directors and everything, and I mean,
and just Nick Cage alone.
They're going. yeah. It's a swing and a miss with him. It's very much like M. Night Shyamalan. Like, you never know what you're gonna get.
This is true. This is true.
I grew up with like, You still had something, or
yeah, I mean, all I was gonna say was that that like Nicolas Cage has already played not Black Noir, Black.
I did that last time.
Yeah, Spider-Noir. He's already played it, and I think that he did a great job. So like seeing him as doing an exact like a whole like series with it, I don't know. But I'm interested to see it. I'm not gonna lie, I am very interested.
Yeah, once he puts the suit on, we're all in the clear. We don't have to see Nick Cage's face every single time in every episode.
No, but you're gonna hear it and you're gonna be like, Ghost Rider.
So I do wonder if we're gonna get Spider-Noir do this right here. Like he's like walking down an alley or swings down to an alley because he's like that super detective guy with the the trench coat and the black hat. He sees a villain and he's like, "You there?" and it does this little Elvis pose. I wonder if he's going to do that.
Oh man,
he gave that with Johnny Blaze. He's a Ghost Rider and so many other movies. I wonder if he's going to slide that in there or not. I would not put it past him.
There's a video game. There's a video game that came out for GameCube like a long time ago. I was like a teenager when this game came out. It's like Spider-Man Dimensions. It's about $20.99. Regular Spider-Man, Spider-Man Noir, and then like one other guy. Spider-Man Noir had his rogues gallery in that video game, and there was like a mafia boss that was like really tough skinned. He wasn't Tombstone, but he had somebody of that similar name. I think that might be the character that Gleason is playing.
Okay, all right,
that'd be very interesting. Spider-Man versus.
Yeah, you have to look that up later and shoot me a message. Like I'm curious who that is now.
Yeah, it's like 1960 Tombstone.
Nice. Yeah, so like I don't know much about the lore of Spider-Noir, so like I kind of want to dive into that. Is there some standalone comics of his?
I believe there is. The video game, they kind of just gave him his own little world, and like you had like villains that didn't do nothing but shoot guns at you, and then you had like this thick skin, like impenetrable skin mafia boss that you had to take down. Nice. And I thought that was awesome.
Heck yeah. Speaking of Spider-Man, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse is more likely to be delayed to 2027 now. So there's a couple of reasons I've heard. Nothing's been, officially confirmed for why. But so I heard part of the reason was they've actually scrapped what was written of it and they are completely rewriting it. Which I mean, the first two have such high regard. Like I mean, there's a lot of pressure to make sure this one's right because this is probably going to finish out this trilogy. Yeah. And last thing we need is have two great movies and then a trilogy end on a shitty one. So, and then the other reason is Spider-Man 4, which we talked about at the beginning. Supposedly they're kind of like wanting to fast track that and make sure that's taken care of before Beyond the Spider-Verse. So that's another reason that Sony's kind of putting focus into that with the MCU. And then putting on the back burner Beyond the Spider-Verse as it's getting rewritten too. So, yeah. And like the whole thing with Spider-Man 4, it was a huge thing with, Sony wanted to do more multiversal where Kevin Feige wanted, the next Spider-Man 4 to be more ground level. And that's still up in the air. There's so many rumors of which way this Spider-Man 4 is going that like supposedly the last rumor I heard was that they're wanting to bring in more of these Sony villains and have Tom Holland, kind of fight them and it'd be more multiversal with that. Somehow bring them. And I'm like, man, I feel like you're kind of repeating what y'all did in No Way Home.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's good. But I think Sony's just looking about this, instead of continuity with the MCU because they don't care about the rest of the MCU. But then, I heard that, they need to be more ground level where Daredevil will be in it and then Kingpin's the main villain. That's kind of what Kevin Feige wanted, but there's been no confirmation or no at all of knowing which route they're going. So I'm really kind of nervous about which route that's going and I hope they make the right decision and they can work out some kind of agreement between the two companies.
Yeah, that right there is like I kind of got a hint of what type of future Spider-Man 4 could have because when you choose Dustin Daniel Creton and you realize like what all happened in Shang-Chi and it's just all these ground level heroes and villains facing off with each other. The only thing cosmic about it was like the dragons and stuff, but nothing too astronomical.
You're right. I didn't think about that. It's a lot of hand-to-hand combat ground level action. Man, I hope you're right. I really want to see it go more that route because I mean we ended No Way Home with him back to kind of sewing his own suit, trying to get
Yep.
his GED. Nobody knows the identity of Peter Parker anymore. So
Mhm.
like that would make the most sense. I mean, like, and I want to see Daredevil and Spider-Man team up or have some kind of run in together. Like we deserve that. And
Yeah,
let's be honest, we all grew up as kids as Kingpin being Spider-Man's main villain in the '90s animated series. So let's get this shit together like it needs to be.
exactly. Because it's like the first rumors that came out about Spider-Man 4, it was talking about Kingpin as the big bad.
Yeah.
There's going to be a Prowler appearance, and then maybe even Mr. Negative. Those
Yeah.
are all like
Ooh.
good ground level opponents. Nothing cosmic for Spider-Man. So if that
And we
stays
need
true,
Donald Glover as a Prowler. We need Donald
oh,
Glover as a Prowler. Live action. You've already teased it. Give it to us.
Mr. Creton, please hear us out.
Yes. Yes. Plus, Deontay is wanting a great Prowler cosplay. And so why not give us one that we can kind of style after live action MCU?
Please. Please.
Yes.
Yeah, Childish Gambino just released his last album ever, so
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was his last album. Shit.
I mean, underneath that name at least. So, like,
Yeah.
maybe he might come out with music as Childish Gambino, but Donald Glover. There we go.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. Like maybe he has more time on his hands now to do directing or become the Prowler.
Hey, you're right.
Yeah.
I like the way you think. Yes.
Hopeful.
Last on the list for Marvel News. So this is kind of weird and new, but we got a trailer a couple days ago to announce a trailer for a new trailer for Sony Venom: The Last Dance. And that releases tomorrow. So curious, like for them to tease and really hype up a new trailer with a trailer for the trailer, I think is maybe it's something huge. Maybe it's gonna be something like big that they are gonna drop in this trailer that we're not expecting. So I don't know. I'm curious. I mean, that movie's coming upon us. That's October 25th, I believe.
Yes, it is.
So
what I think that why they did this is because people haven't really been talking about it. Because we have Craven, because we have all of this stuff that's been coming out, and they haven't really released anything, and they haven't been talking about it at any of the cons, like D23, San Diego Comic-Con, like they didn't talk about it. Like, because they're like, yeah, it's a thing. Like, the trailer's been out. Like, what else do you want from us? So like maybe
better
they're
writing.
fearful.
That's what.
Yeah.
First of all.
Uh-oh.
Oh
no. Lose Deontay?
Oh no.
Oh, there he is.
Nope. Hey.
Screen blacked out on us for a minute.
But maybe they were
Iris? Go ahead.
Okay. What I'm thinking is that maybe the Marvel gods or whatever thought that like people forgot about Venom. He's definitely frozen.
He'll probably exit out and come back in.
Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking is that they feel like the fan base has forgotten that Venom is coming out because we were hearing about Joker even. Like, you're just like hearing about all these things and then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, Venom's coming out on October 25th.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see what the trailer.
Back up.
Maybe. I do kind of hope there's like a big surprise that we don't expect that they release. I hope, but
I don't want them to release too much though.
That's true. Well, let's be honest, because Venom is really kind of been known as like a lot of the best parts we've seen in the previous movies is in the trailers actually. So yeah,
I liked both of the Venom movies.
Yeah, they're not bad. Just like the first was very dark, and like the battle was very dark. I think it was to help out with their CGI. And the second one's okay, but it's not the carnage I felt like we deserved. I love Woody Harrelson, but I just don't think he gave us the Cletus Cassidy we deserve. And like I don't know, I felt like it was a very underwhelming movie. I truly feel like Tom Hardy carries these movies. If they didn't have him playing Eddie Brock, I think they would be doing way more poor than they
Oh,
have.
for sure. Like you saw Madam Web, right? Like
Right. Yeah.
like a good actor, even if it's like a bad writing, like if a good actor is acting
Right.
the way that they should be, like it can be saved, it can be salvaged. But
Yeah.
if they're just not the right person for that role, it's gonna show.
This is true.
Show.
So let's see. Yeah, I think that's it for the Marvel. So you
Yeah,
want to start discussing some DC?
I would love to.
All right.
I still love that so much, man.
Iconic laugh, for real.
It really is. So the first thing that we're going to actually talk about is Creature Commandos. It has a release date finally. So they just released that it's coming out on Max, which we already knew, but it's coming out on December 5th. And there's going to be 7 total episodes, and it's going to be happening weekly on Thursdays, I believe.
I think so.
So with that being said, that means it's going to conclude and end on January 16th. So like it's going to be coming out weekly. So it's just something else that you just got to be like looking out for. I'm super excited to see what they do with it.
It looks fun. I'm not gonna lie. It truly looks fun. Like it reminds me so much of a Suicide Squad just in the MonsterVerse. But for an animated series and the trailer we've gotten, it looks fun, and I think it will be. Because Gunn headed this too, didn't he?
I do believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope it's good. Like DC animation is usually pretty decent. It doesn't really drop the ball. So.
Yeah, and I mean, like, we have the Penguin. That's coming out like this month or next month.
Yeah.
It's coming out like super soon.
Yeah.
And apparently it's like taken some type of toll on who plays the guy?
Colin Farrell?
Yeah. Like he's doing like interviews right now about like how like the mental toll or whatever, I don't know, like that it actually like took on him. So we have that going for us. We have Superman.
Yeah. September 19th is when Penguin comes out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shoot, that's in 9 days, dude.
Yeah, I just looked it up. I was like, oh god, like
that is like
I knew that was real soon.
Yeah, like it. So like the whole next like 4 months are gonna just fly by. It's gonna go by, and all of a sudden we're gonna be in 2025. Like I still can't believe we're in 2024, and it's almost gone. So here we are. All right. So Creature Commandos, it's coming out, and it's coming to it's coming to Amazon Prime, right? It's like super soon. Sorry, that's Max.
It comes out, Max.
Yeah, sorry, I was thinking.
I think that's
Spider-Noir.
it's December 5th.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So December 5th is when it comes out. It's coming out weekly. It's going to be a whole 7 episodes on Thursdays, with the conclusion being on January 16th. So it's going to take you from the last month of the year right into the new year. So get those resolutions ready.
I've never been a resolution guy.
Oh no?
No.
Okay, that's okay.
I always like randomly decide to do my resolution like July.
Okay.
Like
that's
not
different.
Like going after it. I'm just like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll make this life change halfway through the year.
I mean, everybody makes their own life changes, and I mean, it's like actually statistically proven that most people don't even keep their
resolutions,
their New Year's resolutions until like usually they get maybe to March if they're lucky.
I say that like I feel like if you're gonna make a life change, you're gonna do it because you want to, no matter the time. And if you're waiting till January, if you're waiting till January 1st, you're probably not gonna follow through with it, because if it's something you really wanted to do, you do it now.
Yeah. I guess so. Like so quick sidebar on this. So I actually did make a resolution this year, and it might sound totally corny, but like I was like, I need to be positive and look at the day. And even though like the world is what the world is, you always got to find something like that just makes you happy, that makes you smile. You got to look at the bright side of something.
Right.
So that's what I did on the 1st of January. I was like, I am going to find a positive something about every day. And there have been some days where it has been hard.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're doing great at it. Like ever since I've really known you, like you've always seemed pretty positive and happy.
Thank
so
you.
it's noticed. Yeah.
It's
not corny at all. It's not corny at all. I think actually the world needs more of that. Like more people need to make that a thing for them.
Yeah.
Maybe they'd be a lot happier place.
Shoot, dude, you just gotta live life. But anyway, so going back to going back to DC because I'm sorry, I totally just derailed this conversation. So
no, you're good. I enjoy
it. Josh Brolin, he was rumored to play Hal Jordan in the HBO DCU Lanterns series, which I hadn't heard really much about until this point, actually. Fun fact. Right. But he got offered it actually at the end of August, and just this weekend he turned it down. So it's not happening, but you heard it here.
Yeah, I'm glad he turned it down, to be honest with you. I mean, there's been already other people rumored that we've covered for Hal Jordan. So, like, when this rumor popped up, I was shocked. But because we got the guy from Eternals that was, he was the last rumor to play, and I think, he's hilarious and he's got the build already. So I think he'd be funny. But like when I heard Josh,
is this supposed to be a animated or is this supposed to be like a?
No, I think it's supposed to be live action.
Oh. I know nothing about Lanterns. I'm gonna be honest. Like,
yeah, same. I don't think there's a whole lot of information out there, to be honest with you. But it's just it's a more recent, spark of news.
Yeah. I was just like, I think I found it like actually earlier today, and I was just like, because we were talking about it, and I was just like, oh my god, he said no. It's like when like a guy proposes to a girl in a public place, and she's just like, let's talk about this later, and then it's like for some reason it's like a public article. I don't know, in a small town newspaper. I don't know. She said no.
Yeah. Or like you see those videos of people do it in public sporting deals, and they end up saying no, and everybody's like,
yeah. Fellas. Let me tell you what.
Give a little advice here. Go ahead. I know you want to.
Don't do it. Unless like you have had the ring conversation and like it's clearly going that direction. Like,
yeah,
you got to pick up on the signs, man. Like, there's got to be something that tells you beforehand, before you do a very public thing, that she might say no. And if there's just that slight little thing that tells you in your head she might say no, you might want to listen to that.
Well, here's the thing. I think it's so wrong for a guy to put, like you said, unless you've had the ring talk. I think it's so wrong for a guy to do it, such a large pressured, put someone under that much pressure publicly.
In public?
My God. To me, I almost feel like people who do that, that's not the ring talk, do that because they want to make that person feel pressured to say yes. Ooh. Because maybe they already have not, like, maybe they don't know 100% they will, and they're like, well, if I do it in front of people, she won't say no in front of all these people, which is even more of a screwed up reason why you shouldn't do it. And like,
we're going to talk about this again during Beetlejuice.
Let's be honest. Like, if you do that for that reason, y'all shouldn't even be together. Like, you're a messed up individual.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God.
Welcome to our TED Talks for relationships. So.
This is going to be our. If you guys like this, let us know in the comments. So we might make like a new segment or a new show of just.
Well, we can combine
brings you
discussing DC and divorce.
Oh my God.
DDD.
What is wrong with you?
It's the first D word I could think of that kind of goes with relationships. So, we gave you the information of what not to do so you don't end up in a divorce.
Dedicated or divorce? I don't know.
Oh, man. Maybe that shows how screwed up my thinking is. Dedication may have came to my mind first to divorce. I'm fine. Everything's fine. My relationships are great.
Anyway.
Yeah, one more news in DC.
Yeah, Smallville. You remember that show?
Dude, it's one of my favorite live action DC shows, actually. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I love the cast. Michael Rosenbaum, Tom Welling, God, I love them. Like, I still want to meet them one day. And Michael Rosenbaum has a podcast, and he has the guest from Smallville all on there all the time. They talk about it. But yeah, so Tom Welling was talking that the whole cast is together, and I think a lot of it's already been written. But he's like, we can't just, oh yeah, we want to do a Smallville animated series. And he's like, DC's got to approve it. All these different people have to approve it. He said, but all I'm going to say is it's going to be brought up to them until hopefully they say yes. He's like, but the whole returning cast of Smallville is interested in coming back to voice these characters on the animated series.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
And he's like, it's already being written. He's like, we just pretty much have to get approval. He said, but if we get approval, he's like, we're golden. We're good to go. And like, okay. I'm here for that. I would love that.
That's giving me some serious Deadpool vibes right there. Like how Ryan Reynolds made Deadpool happen.
I didn't think about that. Like, you're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so this has potential.
Did you watch Smallville?
No.
Okay, so like, now mind you, the series, it's a 10-season series. It ended in 2011, started in 2001. So that's telling you, obviously, special effects and CGI is not going to be that great. But no, I'm telling you right now, like, it's one of DC's most successful TV shows to date.
Yeah.
Like it's good.
Like, I remember seeing commercials about it, but
well, I'll never forget as a kid, like seeing Tom Welling as Clark Kent in this. Like, I felt like he was such a great Superman character, and like I wanted to see him go on to become Superman in movies, and it just never happened. But I love that whole cast. They're a great cast. They're so fun. Like, if you've not listened to that podcast, let me actually look up real quick and see what it's called. But it's Michael Rosenbaum podcast. It's called Inside of You.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep.
Have you ever seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Yeah, I love Forgetting Sarah Marshall with Jason Segel and yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, fucking Kristen Bell. But
yes.
Whoever that's like the Russell or whatever his
Russell
name.
Brand. Yes.
So Russell Brand and his song "Inside of You."
Yes.
Inside of you.
Oh my god! In that music video at the end when he's in the airport making his moves and stuff. Oh my god! And like the old lady passes by, he grabs. Like, that movie from start to finish is hilarious. Like, I know it's kind of a sidebar, but she goes in to break up with him. He just drops his towel. And she's like, "Can you put some clothes on right now?" And he's like, "How can you think of clothes in a time like this? I can't put clothes on right now."
Oh my god! Now
he's like, I think if I put my clothes on, then it's official. The breakup is over. Oh my god! Oh, in his Mila Kunis is in it.
Yeah.
And I love his Dracula musical he does with the puppet.
Yes.
Oh, it's so great.
That's
it's so
Die.
Great. Yes.
Oh my god! The Dracula musical. It was a musical.
Yes.
Oh my god! That movie.
I love Mila Kunis' character in that, and like how supportive and cool she was with him. Like everybody needs somebody like that. Like, no matter how quirky and weird you are, find someone who's like how she like had him go up there and sing that at the bar. Like, that was so great. I love it.
Yeah, 100%.
I love that movie.
So you ready to get into some educated wish news?
Yeah. We talked more than DC section and less about DC, I think. But yeah, let's do the educated wish. So we got a Minecraft trailer dropped. Let's pull up here. We got Jason Momoa. We got Jack Black as Steve, and I'm gonna. So
who
I
asked
for
this?
I don't.
Who?
So I watched the trailer, and like I know what Minecraft is. My son played Minecraft a lot. I never was big into Minecraft, But you know, I could appreciate the creativity and the things you can build and stuff like that.
Sure.
But other than that, you know, not my thing. But
Mhm.
you know, I'm here to watch any gaming movie. I don't care. I'll educate myself on stuff before I go see it. But I watched this trailer, and I don't know how
Yeah.
you felt about it, but I watched it and I'm like, why? Uh, and maybe it's because I'm not a Minecraft fan. Maybe I'll get hate in the comments for this, but I don't understand. It don't really look appealing to me. Uh,
Minecraft was like popular like 5 years ago. Like I feel
I
like
almost feel like it was longer than that.
yeah, probably. Honestly, like well, yeah, because like when I first got into the military, which was like 9 years ago at this point, um, I was playing it with my brother. And that was like our connection was that we would play Minecraft together. So yeah, like and then I mean like I never got into it and I never really got it as to like why it was a thing, but literally like I watched the trailer and I was like, why? Who asked for this?
Yeah.
Like why are you doing this? Like I don't understand. Like are you trying to make a Jumanji and you're like it's a friendly kid Jumanji?
So I'm gonna be honest with you. That's kind of what it really reminded me. I'm like, oh, so Jack Black loved doing Jumanji, and he decided to do something very similar to it, just with a different game.
Yeah, yeah. Whereas like one isn't an actual game that you can get, from what I know.
Right.
It's just a remake of an old movie,
right?
Which ended up not being a remake, but like a kind of like a sequel-ish kind of thing. I don't know. It was like a whole
and they made it
thing.
Atari style type game.
Yeah. And I mean, like I like Jumanji growing up, and
Oh God, yeah.
I love that movie. Fucking Robin Williams is amazing.
Oh yeah, the goat.
Oh my god,
for real.
I miss him. R.I.P.
I do too, so bad.
Oh my god, can you imagine the world with him still in it?
Oh my god, it'd be a lot better place. I can tell you that.
It would be a lot funnier, happier place. Yeah,
but I'll tell you the Jumanji sequels. They were still funny. They were fun.
We got him back.
Oh, we got him back.
He's fucking back. Great. Now we gotta readjust everything.
Right, and some very unfortunate, sad news. But this man has lived such a full life. R.I.P. James Earl Jones, the king, the goat. Like, there's so many movies. I can't even list them all. But man, Mufasa, Darth Vader, Field of Dreams. There's just so many out there. But so many iconic roles. Such an iconic voice.
Oh
but
yeah.
This is a huge impact and hit to the cinema industry for real, because he will be greatly missed.
Just when Star Wars was on the up and up again, man.
Right. Now we're really gonna have to sub his voice out for somebody that can like fill in for him, and like huge boots to fill too. Like
oh yeah. So there's a guy that they've used, I think, for Darth Vader on some of the games. And I think on one other thing that's not a game, and I guarantee that's probably who they're going to go to. And he does a pretty good job of it, but there's no voice like James Earl Jones.
None. Did you guys see the picture that Mark Hamill posted with?
Yep.
He done 2 or 3 of them, and he just like
the one with the ghost.
Yeah.
And, oh my god. Too. Oh my god. That photo. I was like, oh.
So if I'm not mistaken, Mark Hamill's actually supposed to be doing the eulogy at his funeral.
Aww.
If I don't hold me to that, but if I'm not mistaken, I think I read something today where he's going to be either doing the eulogy or he's speaking at his funeral, I believe. Yeah.
Damn.
Mark Hamill's such a great guy too.
Yeah, he is such a great man.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, Harrison posted the photo of him and Mark being the last two standing. All of the Star Wars.
Are you talking about the ghost?
Yeah, with the blue over everybody that passed away.
Yep, we shared that on our socials.
Yeah, he has a picture. Mark has a picture of him and like James, like just hugged up on each other's shoulders, and the caption just says, "Rest in peace, Dad."
I fucking can't. Like,
I'm gonna cry.
Jesus Christ. I'm like over here, like, oh my god.
Well, I mean, like one of the first things I watched as a kid that was like probably played the most, at a young age was Lion King. Yeah, I mean, like Mufasa's voice, then I started watching Star Wars like at age 5, so you get Mufasa and Darth Vader. I have heard since I was like 3, because I think Lion King came out in 1993, so I was 4. So like since 4 or 5 years of age, I've heard that man's voice for the past 30 years, and
yeah. It makes me think about Scar, and his most iconic line ever is "Long live the king."
Yes,
and it's just like now there's a whole new meaning to it.
For real. Truly, long live the king.
Oh man,
in real life.
Damn it.
Whew.
Man, yeah. Next on the
list. On to happier things. Life of Chuck, which isn't like a happy movie in any type of means of anything like that. But it debuted at the Toronto International Film Festival, so the TIFF, if you will. It debuted on the 8th of September, so just 2 days ago. The reviews for it have been phenomenal. Like Stephen King, it's a Stephen King book. That was made into a movie by Mike Flanagan. So if you don't know anything really about it, we talked about it in our last episode, so go peep that. But like the reviews have been amazing. It got an 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got Tom Hiddleston. It's got, Mark Hamill, as we're talking about, him doing possibly the eulogy of James Earl Jones. And you also have Karen Gillan that are all going to be in it, which are very much Mark Hamill and Karen Gillan are two main actors that Mike Flanagan has used in his past films. So to see him use them again.
And with Tom Hiddleston, that's like a perfect trifecta right there.
Yes.
Perfect trifecta.
Yes. It's like Marvel and Star Wars have now merged.
Yeah.
I'm so ready to see this. I'm excited to see this.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see it, but we don't have any news as to when it's actually coming out, unfortunately. So we're still waiting to hear on that. But everything so far has been just through the roof, like great reviews.
And surely, like with the having those 3 main big actors in it, surely we're going to get a cinema release of this and not a streaming release.
Yeah. And I mean, like, it's Mike Flanagan, so like I can't speak highly enough of this man. All of his work has been phenomenal. I follow the House of Usher and
Haunting the Hill House.
Yeah.
So I've not seen the House of Usher yet, but Haunting of Hill House I really love.
Okay. Did you see Midnight Mass? That was also on Netflix. Okay. Yeah, that's another one of his.
Add that to my watch list.
There you go. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is Goonies 2. It is officially happening. It is happening. 40 years. Woo. It's taken 40 years.
Hey, you guys.
You can do the shuffle shuffle? Yeah. So the original came out 40 years ago. A lot of the original cast, those that have not passed away, that is, are already like said to be coming back. As for a release date, it's not going to be really anytime soon. It's going to be a 2026, maybe at the latest 2027 release date. But it is happening. I'm excited because I'm an 80s girl, like Cyndi Lauper. And her, like the fucking muscle like thing that Josh Brolin was doing. Oh my god, I can't wait to see if they like have them like come together, kind of like they did in It. Like if they have them come together as like older and like doing the thing together, like, oh, let's go find like One-Eye Willie's buried treasure again. Or they get like a new treasure map and they're going somewhere else in Oregon. Or if it's like their kids. But I mean, I love Data, Booby Traps.
Oh yeah.
So that's what do you guys think? Like, are you excited or like do you have any feelings towards it?
So like me, I'm gonna be straight honest with you, and I usually don't say this out loud too much. So, like, I know Goonies is a huge nostalgia fan favorite. It's all right for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not something I watched a lot growing up. I did watch it, I think maybe twice my whole life. That's it. And it's one of those I'm like, yeah, I'll go see it, but it's not one that I'm just like overly excited about.
Okay, and that's okay. Everybody has their preference.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
It's wrong.
What about you, Deontay? Yeah.
Obi's the man, dude. He's starting to get his roles back up again, and I'm all for him getting paid as much as he deserves.
Heck yeah.
And if you guys don't know who Obi is, that's a data, however you want to say it. But he also played the smart dude in Loki season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. He's also Short Round in Indiana Jones.
Yeah, he is.
Yep.
Shorty.
Yeah.
Ki-Hu Kwan, I think was his name.
Bingo.
Yep.
Y'all ready to talk about some Beetlejuice?
I'm ready.
Beetlejuice?
Only twice.
Yeah, okay.
Oh!
Hey, look at that new cast right there. And some of the old cast. And I'm going to be honest with you, Bob, my new favorite guy. Bob almost made me shed a tear. Like
Bob literally had everybody in the theater saying, "Oh, poor Bob."
Yeah, so when me and Deontay actually went and watched it, we had an older couple sitting beside us, and man, they were having the best time watching it. Like they were laughing, we were laughing, and literally like when Bob, spoiler alert, we are talking spoilers, so if you haven't seen it yet, skip about 10 minutes away. But Bob gets deflated. I'm like, no, out of all of those shrunken head guys, like any of them could have been dead, but not Bob. Bob was a trooper. He was a company man. Let me tell you, he was Beetlejuice's A1. But I was like, oh no. And like this couple, they didn't really say much. But then at the end of the movie, we stood up and they kind of looked over at us and we were kind of talking about the movie. And I was like, and when she told me, she was like, I can't believe they killed Bob off. I was like, I know. And like, that's what bothered me the most. She's like, I kind of like Bob. I was like, I know. I never in my life thought I'd watch a Beetlejuice movie and have a sentimental moment for a shrunken head character, but I did. They made you feel that.
It was like, just somebody come in at the last second and save his life. Like, no, you're gonna fucking die.
But
I was like, all right,
yeah,
all right, I'm mad. I'm traumatized and mad.
So man, I'm seeing like on social media, I'm seeing so many mixed reviews. Like I'm actually like right off the bat, like pre-screenings and stuff, I was hearing great things about it. I have nothing but great things really to say about it. I got a couple of things I'll say negative, but it doesn't affect my viewing of the movie. But man, I'm seeing people on social media here locally, half of them are like, oh, if we could have left early, we would have left early, or they hated it, and it was like not enough or not good enough. I'm like, I'm gonna be honest with you straight right here. I think it was a great sequel. Great sequel for 36 years later. Michael Keaton gave us the same Beetlejuice that we grew up loving our whole entire life. Mm-hmm. Like all of them. Winona Ryder played a great older Lydia. Like I love everything they did. Oh my God, who plays her stepmom?
Catherine O'Hara.
I love her, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Ever since Schitt's Creek, that's all I can see her as. And there's at least one thing she did in there that was a callback to her character in Schitt's Creek. And it's great. Like, and who she kind of like portrayed, like how she acted in this movie is exactly how she is in Schitt's Creek. Have y'all seen Schitt's Creek?
I have not.
Oh my God, what are y'all doing with your life? So like, no, I'm telling you right now, it is a funny series. Like Eugene Levy plays her husband. And they're like very, very rich people. I know we're not talking about this. We're talking about Beetlejuice, but real quick, they're very, very rich people. I can't remember what happens, but somehow they lose their fortune. Well, while they were super loaded and rich, they bought a whole little bitty town of like 80 people, and it's called Schitt's Creek. And so they lose everything, but that's the only thing the judge allots them to keep. So they go to this redneck podunk town and live in this motel that's they own. And or maybe they bought the motel, not the town. But anyways, and they're like getting by and learning how to readjust to lower living. It is so funny. And they have a daughter and a son that's full grown that lives with them because they lived off mommy and daddy their whole life. and like I'm telling you right now, funny. Every episode you will laugh. So definitely gotta check out Schitt's Creek.
Okay.
But no, man, I feel like it was great. Only thing I would complain if I had to complain, I want more Beetlejuice. I wish there was more Beetlejuice in it. I feel like it lacked him a little bit. But I'm gonna be honest with you. The way they carried on their story with all of these characters, there was so much individual character development that it worked. And like I didn't even think about I wanted more Beetlejuice until it was over. It did well. Like how they did these different characters, and we got to see all their development. I think was well. The singing deal at the end was funny. It was great. I feel like it's a wee too long. If I might cut a few minutes off of it, because I was like, okay, is this going to end?
Nope.
But overall, like the we got a whole bunch of nostalgic characters in it. We got new characters. Willem Dafoe, I love Willem Dafoe. His character that he portrayed, amazing. Spot on. The actor who they have as a cop, because he acted like a cop in real life, and he did his own stunts, and that's why he died. Oh my god, I freaking love it. And then on top of that, Bob, my man, Bob. I'm telling you, I swear to God, and don't be surprised if I cosplay as Bob one year. I'm telling you right now. Like I've already seen how they built. I seen how they built their on set costumes to do the shrunken head characters. And I'm like, I could do this. I can make this.
You just have to make everything bigger, right?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
So
make everything bigger, and it kind of sits on your head, so that the head's up here. And then pretty much wear like a shoulder strap mount, and then just kind of have it to where like in the button up with the tie, there's a way you can kind of see through it, kind of. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out because I love it. And I don't know if you've seen this on some of the marketing, but they actually put a group of these characters like they were in the movie of the Shrunken Head characters, and had them go around different towns and walk around together in a group and do different things, which was freaking great. But overall, my opinion of this, I mean, out of 10, I would give this movie an 8 out of 10. Like it hit on nostalgia, it hit on comedy. Overall. Hands, give you a clap for real. I love it. Let's hear y'all's opinions. Sorry, I didn't ramble on so long.
No, you're fine.
Oh, dude, Beetlejuice is like it's the movie we deserve for sure. Because for a minute, I thought like one of the villains that was the soul sucker lady who happened to be Beetlejuice's ex-wife.
Yeah,
I thought that was Catherine Zeta-Jones for a while.
I did at the beginning too.
Yeah, it was like Monica Bellucci, which is a name I am not that familiar with, but just as hot, and she put herself back together, and she was just going around permanently taking out souls, and it's like, damn, what are they gonna do about her?
Yeah,
they gave her the same treatment as they do every other villain, and feed that ass to a sandworm. And God, man, with the way they handled the sandworm now compared to how they in 1998 did the sandworm, it's just like, damn, this was a little bit more terrifying than the OG. But back then, as a kid, when I saw the sandworm, I was like, oh, hell no. Mama, stop the movie. This is terrifying. Now, as an adult, I'm just like, no, this sandworm doesn't intimidate me no more. I watched the sequel, and it's like, damn. Oh, okay, they stepped it up a notch. And then another MVP of this movie is definitely Jenna Ortega. She took on a role as Astrid, which is Lydia Dietz's daughter. And God, is she every bit of Wednesday Addams in this movie as she is in a TV show. And she just destroys people. If you talk to her any kind of way and she doesn't approve of it, she's going to fire back and shut your ass down. And it's just like, this is Jenna Ortega fashion at this point. And I kind of felt bad for her at one point because she just like, I'm a non-believer in ghosts, but until a ghost damn near took her life and had her shipped to hell or wherever she was going in the
Great Beyond.
The Great Beyond. So it's like
on the Soul Train.
On the Soul Train.
Yes, I love that. I forgot about that just now.
Epic part of the movie. Part of the movie.
I'm like, man,
had to save her life.
If that could be a real life thing, like whenever we decide whatever's after this life, I feel like, whatever's after this life, if there's a legit soul train like that deliver us there, I'm here for it. I would love that.
Loogie fever. You imagine Blake with an afro and we're all just like just waiting on our turn to
good old bell bottoms.
Dude, I would rock the shit out of some bell bottoms.
Oh yeah. He was like, this is how we gotta go to the afterlife. Bet.
Big bet. So for me, Or first, Deontay, out of 10, what is your rating?
Oh, I'm going to say I'll say a solid 8 out of 10.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, not going to be the Debbie Downer of the group, but
hey, your opinion's your opinion. Let's hear it.
All right. So, I think they had way too many plots in this movie. They were like, they just like had too many plots going on that they weren't able to like fully iron out like all of them because it was impossible. You had like the dad that was like missing, and then all of a sudden he was there, and then you had fucking Defoe that was just hilarious. What was his catchphrase? Do you remember what his catchphrase was? I can't remember what it was.
I love the cue cards when he was also speaking.
Yes. And then like she would drop them or whatever. And he's like, why did I become a cop? And then the like Janet or whatever her name was would come by with the coffees. You're not a cop. You're an actor. And just like walked away. I was like,
oh my god.
But yeah,
keep it real. Keep it real.
Yeah. 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 Oh my god.
So cringe.
No, but anyway, like, so you had Lydia doing her like little side hustle with the ghost house that then she tried to like get engaged kind of forcefully, like we had talked about in public, with her like producer guy. And she's like, I guess. And he's like, she said yes. And I'm like, no, she didn't. So you had like that going on. You had like the Beetlejuice like ex-wife like coming out of fucking wherever. And I mean, like, you just like had so many other things that, like, as soon as Jenna Ortega's character went into that house, I immediately knew that those people were dead.
Right.
Just like,
they just didn't.
All right, so here we got some ghosts, and this is how she's gonna find out that she can see ghosts, and her mom isn't lying. Okay, cool. So there was like predictability to it. I definitely did like the callbacks. I think it was well done. I'm not saying that it was a terrible movie. I do think it was a good movie. I did enjoy going to go see it. Because Beetlejuice is something else that I grew up on. But I do think that at some point in time they made it into like a musical too, and I was just like, okay, so like we have the one singing like thing, okay, right. Oh, we're doing it again, okay, and this is like way too long, okay, cool. So I love that claymation where they showed how her father had died.
Charles.
Oh my god.
Beats.
Yeah, so the reason for that was because he actually, in early 2000, I believe, he got arrested for some things that we won't get into. You can Google it and find out yourself. That's the reason they didn't bring him back in this movie, because of his legal things he had in the past. So that's how they were able to have his character in there without bringing him back as an actor.
But I mean, like, they still had to give him some type of money because, like, his face was very much clearly on that the gravestone that was.
Yeah, but I wonder if they're like it being a younger, like if they like critiqued it enough where it was enough of a percentage where it didn't matter, because I think there's like you can do a percentage of likeness without paying someone, but then once it's over that percentage of likeness, then they actually have to give them something.
Well, bam, that's how you're gonna get Kang then.
Yeah,
right there. That's how you're gonna get Kang killed off by Victor Von Doom. Anyway, so like Beetlejuice, yeah, I liked it. I think that they definitely stretched it too hard with some things. I would give it like a 6.5 out of 10, like a 7 out of 10 at the most. But that is what I thought.
Yeah, I think. I was happy to see Danny DeVito. Like literally, we at the beginning, I did not hear about this or expect this. And I looked. Immediately, I looked over at Deontay. I was like, "That's Danny DeVito." And I was like, "I think that's Danny DeVito." And like more we heard him talking, I was like, "I'm pretty sure that's Danny DeVito." And at the end, we're like, "Yup."
That's him.
I think that was fun. I definitely can see where there was a lot of different plot angles, you know. But at the same time, like. Reason I guess it didn't bother me watching it too much was like we didn't need to dive deep to a lot of them, because Beetlejuice has never been like a deep like layered thing. It's just been more of a like to me it's just been more of a fun comedy. But I now you say that I can see where like they were going different many angles, and it kind of seems like they didn't.
It just felt too hectic and like they had too much going on, and then they were like, you're halfway through the movie and they're like, oh shit, we gotta wrap this shit up. Yeah. And then you just start like fucking killing shit, and they're like, ah. Like,
I tell you what I didn't expect, and I didn't expect to see Delia die with and then
the asps, yeah.
And then like at the end they're like, oh, you're dead, and they're just okay with it, and like, all right, see ya. And like there was no fight put up with it or no nothing, which it's fine, I guess. It's a kooky comedy, I guess. But I was like, dang, that just kind of happened. Like, oh, she just got killed, and that's it.
Yeah, nobody cried for her. That's like peak dark comedy right there. It's like, you said the snakes were defanged. They lied.
I think they're just
their asses.
They're just happy not to worry about her art shit in the rest of their life no more.
Oh man.
Yeah, I love it. And like the dark comedy, that's what's saying. Like, that's some dark class comedy, which I'm here for. Well, when they're like, well, it's okay, you know, I'm gonna be with your dad, and my stuff would be worth more now that I'm dead. I'm like, God.
One of my coworkers actually told me one day, like right after Wednesday came out, I was instructing some students, and he just kind of like looked over at me and he's like, you know, you remind me a lot of Wednesday Addams. And I'm like,
really?
Yeah. So no, like while I'm talking about things that I enjoy and love and this, I'm very happy. Not that I didn't love my job, because I very much did love my job. It was just students did some dumb shit. Like, students do stupid shit. And you're just like, dude, were you not listening during the brief? And so it just, I was very much
in Wednesday mode at that moment.
I guess so. Like, and I was just like, no, this is just like who I am. Because at that point I hadn't seen it, and I was just like, this is just who I am. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so did you guys see all of Terminator 0?
Yes, actually, I wrapped it up today. I know I was like on both of you. I was like, make sure we get these episodes in. And then here I am watching the last episode an hour before the podcast. And I'm like, God,
man.
But I wrapped it up.
Okay, what did you guys think?
Deontay, I'll let you start it off.
I was actually one of the first to finish. I am the first to finish it out of us. So
yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Terminator 0 was a love letter to Terminator fans. I don't know if this is canon to the Terminator universe or not, but the way that they wrote this, it might as well be, because it's just like,
I think it is
about.
It happened right after Terminator 2 is the origin of how it was.
Yep.
Nice. So it's basically like the story of how Skynet came online, and then how Japan had a counter program to Skynet, and what all happened in Japan. And God, man, I didn't watch it in English dub, but the Japanese cast was very good, very believable. I'm not an expert on speaking Japanese by any means, but I believed every bit of what I listened to. Actually, the character that plays Misaki, which was supposed to be like the housemaid for the billionaire or genius guy, Malcolm Lee. Mm-hmm. Misaki, her voice actress is Yor Forger on the popular anime Spy Family. So that voice is very recognizable, and an incredible actress, and she's always killing every role she gets. So I loved her performance. Did not expect her to be like some kind of somewhat Terminator character by like episode 6. And out here whooping ass the way that she did. And
spoiler.
God, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
You guys think she's like this sweet, innocent housemaid that's watching over the kids, and you put her life in danger, she's going to beat the shit out you.
She straight up killed like fucking 10 mofos. Like it was nothing.
Armed men, and right there on the spot. And I was expecting her to go 1v1 with that Terminator and have some kind of advantage over him, and she struggled with him too. So that was one of my complaints. But other than that, the Terminator was great. Dude showed up to a police station and just discreetly took out everyone in it. And it's just like, that is definitely Terminator fashion. And they had the robots that took over the city, and how he had to use one of the robots to camouflage and blend in. This was like pure Terminator behavior. And it's just like, whoever wrote this was definitely a Terminator fan growing up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean it was very beautifully put together. Like for me, like the storyline, like I couldn't really get into it, and it might have been because like I was trying to watch it while I was also moving to another state and everything. But like I couldn't really get into the storyline itself, but those fight scenes and the whole like actual look of it, like it was beautiful. Well, the fight scenes were gruesome and very good.
Yeah.
But like the anime eyes that you like got like a whole bunch of like I thought it was good. It wasn't for me is what it was. I was just like, okay, well, I saw it, I did it. I also finished it today. Probably a couple of hours before the podcast, so I finished it before you, Blake. Haha. But yeah, that's just my two thoughts and like how I felt about it. What about you, Blake?
So I enjoyed it. This is actually so the animation's anime style, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's my first series that's anime style animation that I've ever finished. And actually,
congratulations.
I struggled with it at the beginning because I don't like
first episode.
I don't like the choppy still animation, but it wasn't super choppy. So actually, I could watch more stuff with that animation if it kind of had that flow. I love, like you were saying, the fight scenes. I love the fight scenes, the bloodiness, the detail, and like just how how her hand got. Like he grabbed her hand on that gun, and I'm like, oh my god! Or that when he's in the police, where you talking about Deontay, when he's in the police department, and he grabs that one dude's head up against the wall, and then you see blood. I was like, good God. And I love how he cuts open and installs a crossbow underneath his arm. So like the action and the fight scenes were great. I found myself about 3/4 of the way through it wishing that this was live action. I honestly, I get why they do animation on some things and stuff like that. Maybe approvals and budget, but like I think this would have been a pretty sick live action movie. Not a show, but like just do a one movie live action. It'd been pretty great.
But you got more hours out of it with it being a series because there were 8 episodes and they were 30 minutes
well, maybe
each. So.
Yeah, I guess the way they're doing shows now, you could do a live action show series as long as they were willing to put the good budget into it to give us good special effects. I don't know. I would give it like a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't one of those things where it's like, oh my gosh, so good. I'm ready for I hope there's a season 2. But I enjoyed it. I did. There was so much original like Terminator feeling and fandom in it that, like Deontay said, you could definitely tell it was true Terminator lore that they stuck to. Overall, not bad. But I don't know. Live action. I'd just rather seen it live action.
Yeah.
But I think it was fun. I don't know. I'm sitting here going through it. Was it Katora? Was that the name of it? The AI that he had created?
No, Kokoro. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool, but then it was, I don't know. I felt like some of it was a little strung out, like drug out a little bit. Some of it had some slow moments, and I feel like there could have been a little bit more better storytelling, or it could have been written slightly better and a little bit more appealing. But overall, it wasn't bad. I think it's definitely worth to watch one time. I'll probably never rewatch it, but it was fun. It was definitely fun. I will tell you this: it did get me back where I think I'm about to go through and rewatch all the Terminator movies. It just kind of sparked that nostalgia passion in me again. I was like, that'd be a fun one to go back through and watch them all in chronological order. So I think I'm getting ready to go do that. And plus, we're we talked about it a episode or two ago.
Yeah.
Where we're about to get James Cameron, back in doing a Terminator project. So between that news and then this animated series, it's kind of re-sparked the excitement for Terminator, because once again, it's a nostalgia, sentimental thing. Growing up, watching with my dad and my brother and stuff. So yeah.
Man, I give it an 8.5.
Okay.
Depending on what my mood is, maybe a solid 8 out of 10. good, like Blake said, a good one-time experience, and then maybe not come back later on, because it's just like, just write it off as it was. The way you ended it with season 1, perfect. Don't need anything else. So
I agree with that.
Yeah. So Kathy Bates, she has announced that she is done acting after this CBS Matlock. So she said she's going to do like one more case, and she's going to be done. And she's in Titanic, and she she God damn it, what is it? So she. Yeah, but for me, like anytime I see her, I immediately think of
American
Joe
Horror
Bennett
Story?
from The Office.
Okay.
Yeah, the CEO of Sabre. But that's because I just watched The Office like all the time. So, yeah, I'm sad to see her go, but I think she had a good run, and I think she's definitely gotten her flowers of how great of an actress she is.
This woman is an American icon. I she's been in so many movies. Like if you pull her up on IMDb, like it is insane how many movies. And like I've like you said, I mean, all the way back from Titanic, Misery, and there's so many other older shows. And she's had such a consistent career. Her whole entire life. I can't blame her for wanting to retire. Kudos to her to actually retire and maybe enjoy life, and go out and do what she wants to do without, working until she dies, which it's hard, I'm sure, to turn away acting, for some people, but she has given us so many things great throughout the years. Like, yeah, I love her. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, when I see Kathy Bates, the first thing that comes to my mind is the mama from Waterboy.
Oh yeah.
Vicky Valley, of course, she told me her boobies, and I like them too.
My mama said.
My mama said.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
She's great. Is everything Roseanne Barr wishes she would be. Whoops.
No, you're exactly right. And it's really sad to see she's going to quit acting, because that really gives up my dreams of her maybe being cast as Elon Musk in a biopic movie of him. Because I really feel like she would be like, she has such a wide range of acting, she could pull off an Elon Musk role.
Oh my god,
man. The twins.
Now I gotta think of somebody else that would fit that role. I don't know. We'll find somebody. We'll find them.
So there's a new project coming out. They're going around marketing it right now called We Live in Time. It's Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield. I love both of them. I'm so anxious to see this. But I think they're a couple, and it's about their struggle through her being diagnosed with cancer. And Florence Pugh actually shaved her head for this role. She said, she's like, it's awful enough that people in real life had to go through this. She's like, I feel like if I'm going to portray this person, it's only right for me to do what these people have to go through to properly portray them and kind of in memory of their struggle. So, kudos to her. There's not a lot of, I don't feel like there's a lot of actors out there that would be willing to do that. They'd be willing to, put a bald cap on or, or something and call it good. But for her to do that, to me, just really speaks loudly of who she is in real life. And kudos to her for that. Like, that just makes me love her even more. So.
Yeah, and it's an A24 film. It's coming out to theaters on October 11th. It did also, they showed it during, I believe, the Toronto International Film Festival as well. So, I'm interested to see it. I might just wait until it gets to, streaming kind of thing, just because of everything else that's coming out. It's kind of not really high on my priority list, but seeing her rock that haircut at the 2023 Met Gala, she was just like this is just, and she put all those rumors to rest of why she did it in an interview she did on the 5th, and just said my character is a chef that has cancer and is undergoing treatment and had to lose the hair and had to wear wigs, and how all of that has happened. So I think it's pretty cool that she did that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's my girl.
See, so Handmaiden Tale has started production for season 6.
Yeah, so Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's, my bad.
Yep, you're good.
it goes to show that I've not watched this. So.
Yeah, so it's taping season 6, and it's its final season. Deontay and I have actually watched it. I was a fan of season 1, 2, 3. It started being like, we're getting around the same things over and over. So then, like, 4 and 5, it literally was like, okay, like, y'all need to wrap this up. And I'm glad that they're making one more just to, like, wrap it up. With it being in production now, it's supposed to debut in spring of 2025.
Okay.
Absolutely. If those of you guys that love books, pick up Margaret Atwood's book, The Handmaid's Tale. It's an incredible read. So if you do have some complaints about the TV show, at least you'll have something flawless to reference to. It's going to be bittersweet, like saying goodbye to June Osborne and all the dope-ass handmaids that had to fight back against the craziest depression ever. I am going to miss that for the show, the drama, and just seeing like revenge, like seeing June get revenge in her petty ways, and then getting revenge by killing people every now and then. And it's just like, yeah, that a girl. I'm going to miss that about that show. So Hulu had a banger with this series, and it's time to lay it to rest.
Yes.
Nice.
So did you see that Wolfman actually had a new trailer come out?
Yeah, I think it's hilarious that we talked about that in the last episode, and then literally like a week later they dropped the teaser and we didn't know when. But man, it looks fire. I ain't gonna lie. And like you could definitely how you were talking about how it's the same director, is it? From Invisible Man? Or same is it director? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely has that edge of your seat like thriller horror feels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it opens up and you see these like ants or whatever, like insects, like crawling, and you're like, ah, yeah, I don't want it.
It's not what we got in the teaser. It's not quite what I expected. It really seems like most of the movie maybe like these kids' dad is turned into the Wolfman, and them and maybe some others are trying to escape from him. But I'm not gonna lie, even though it's not what I expected, it looks so good. Like I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's been a while since we had like even just a werewolf story in general. So we're gonna have brand new CGI or whatever they're planning on doing with it. And I'm ready for the big monster reveal and seeing some bodies get dropped.
For sure.
So this comes out in January 17th, 2025.
Oh, so January. Okay, nice, nice.
Right at the beginning of next year. Yeah.
And then Tay, I'll let you finish us off with our last piece of news.
Okay, so the last thing that we're going to talk about tonight is Dexter Original Sin. So they released some photos of Patrick Dempsey, who you see in the tie and the button down, and that's Sarah Michelle Gellar, the hand that he's like holding, getting her off the bus. So these are some photos. This series is coming out in December, so it's very much like wrapping up, and it's like almost completely, done with everything since they announced it at San Diego Comic-Con. Like you can barely recognize that that's Patrick Dempsey, or yeah. Like I literally I looked at these photos in this article and I was just like, there's no way. And then I was like, oh my God, that really is him. So he's playing a captain in the Miami homicide division. And Sarah Michelle Gellar is playing Tanya Martin, who is a CSI chief. Nice. So I'm excited to see really how we get the background story of Dexter, because this is the prequel of how he was a kid and growing up and how that all happened. So should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Like anything Dexter, prequel, sequel, I don't care. Give it to me.
You're getting both, so don't worry.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm sorry?
When did you guys say this was releasing? Or
December of this year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which is crazy that they've had a wrapped up filming already, then, right?
I don't know.
Because
I
like
actually,
that's a really quick time between if they've just now wrapped up between now and December of the release. Like that's not a lot of time for production. I mean, to wrap
yeah.
up production.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I do remember seeing that like they had these like come out, and this is like the first ever footage that we have of it. Like since they've announced it. So I don't. Hold on, I'm looking. It doesn't say.
Yeah, I never expected us to get more Dexter stuff. Honestly, I never expected it when we got First Blood, and I was super excited for that. And then after that ended, I was like, yeah, we're never getting Dexter again after this for sure. And then now we're getting 2 more things. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and the Resurrection is supposed to come out next year, like in spring or something.
I think
so like it's like I guess it has to be taping now. If Handmaid's Tale, it's also coming out in spring of next year, is taping now. Like you kind of got to assume that maybe we're going to get some releasage of some type of something for Dexter Resurrection.
Right.
Yeah, Dexter has a fan base, so get that money.
Heck yeah. And the fan base isn't tired of Dexter, so
nope,
we're here for it. But yeah, that wraps up all the news this week. What do you got for us this week, Deontay?
All right, you guys ready for some con spotlight?
Let's do it.
Yes, sir. So this week on Con Spotlight, we are talking about Space Con 2024. The dates for this will be Friday, October 25th to Sunday, October 27th. And this will be in San Antonio, Texas, at the Freeman Coliseum Expo Halls. The address is listed on the website. You can go to spaceconsa.com and you can still get your tickets there. I think they have the 3-day VIP pass is still for sale, and then you can also package it with some autographs from some of the special guests. So that is 44 days from now. So you guys have plenty of time to establish the cosplay and look into the itinerary to see what all the panels they have going on.
Heck yeah.
A fairly new convention too. This is founded by a man by the name of Bob Willis, and I think this is the very first year that it's debuted.
Wow!
Oh, nice. All right,
that's super neat.
So it's inaugural year then,
dude. And they have so many big name actors, and that's so crazy.
Yeah, like the biggest pool, the largest pool that they have is Star Wars, and then like the second largest pool is Star Trek actors.
Yeah,
so nice. You're a Star Wars or a Star Trek fan, they have a hit roster for you. The first guest is, of course, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ewan McGregor.
Heck yes. Oh my God, Hayden. I gotta go to this.
It's going to be lit, man.
I have an Obi-Wan replica lightsaber from Galaxy's Edge that I want autographed by him so bad.
It's a $50 autograph for him right now, too. So I'm like, damn. I didn't check to see what a photo op was, but everybody's autographs are around the exact same price.
That's not bad pricing.
Yeah, I was like, dude, maybe all three of us need to get out of here right now and go.
For real. For real.
Okay, bye.
The next guest for the Star Wars side of the house is Hayden Christensen. So Anakin Skywalker himself will be there. Let's see, Rosario Dawson, who plays Ahsoka.
Oh,
she will be there as well. Natasha Liu Bordizzo, who plays Sabine Wren in the Ahsoka series, she will be there. Iman Esfandi, who plays Ezra Bridger in both the Rebels and the Ahsoka series, is there. And of course, the man who shows up at every damn convention this year, Giancarlo Esposito.
Of course.
Mr. Moff Gideon will be showing up to do panels. And Katie Sackhoff, both from The Mandalorian.
Heck yeah.
She plays Bo-Katan Kryze. Ming-Na Wen. Can't get enough of Ming-Na Wen. She plays Fennec Shand in Star Wars universe.
It's a hell of a lineup with Star Wars. Oh my God.
They spend some bread on these guys. Like,
for real.
Please. Gina Carano, who plays Cara Dune in the Mandalorian series.
Oh, really?
She will be making an appearance.
And she's in Deadpool 1.
Yeah, she is.
Yep. Superhero landing.
Yeah. That is crazy, man. Wow, this is a small world. Lower on the list, which he should be significantly higher, but that's probably just the way that they order things. Ray Park, the man who is Darth Maul.
Yeah.
So we'll be having a young Vader and a Darth Maul at this convention.
And he played Toad in X-Men.
He did play Toad.
Yep.
And Deadpool and Wolverine.
And Snake Eyes in the G.I. Joe movies.
Oh, yep.
Absolute icon is going to be here. Jar Jar Binks, Ahmad Best.
Yep.
And he's now Kelleron Beck, the guy who saved Baby Yoda from getting killed in Order 66. Shout out to him. And you would think she'd be listed next to her husband, who is also on this list, but Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who plays General Hera Syndulla.
Yep.
And look, man, that'd be a great celeb to meet too.
Yeah.
And then you have one voice actor who is familiar with the Star Wars franchise, and that is Matthew Wood. He's played a lot of background characters. He's known as B1 series droid Foreman. He plays Bib Fortuna in the Book of Boba Fett. Nice. And he's also General Grievous in the Tales of the Empire series on Disney+.
Thank you.
And that is it for the Star Wars. And then I have like a few more guys that I won't name everybody from the Star Trek family, but a couple Marvel actors, Michael Rooker, who plays Yondu in Guardians of the Galaxy.
He's such a fun guy to sit through his panel. Dude is a freaking crackpot. Like, he's so funny. So funny. Yeah. Like I'll tell y'all stories off screen another time, but like so funny.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna have to meet this guy. Also from Guardians of the Galaxy, Sean Gunn will be present at this convention. He plays Kraglin. Ross Marquand will be here.
Heck
so
yeah.
you know all the roles he's been in.
God, yeah.
He Red Skull, just to name one. Immortal in the Invincible series, and just
Infinity Ultron.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Professor X, X-Men '97.
Dude, get down. If y'all haven't met him yet, get down there, meet him. He's a good time. He's a good vibe. Get an autograph and a photo op with him. Trust me,
for sure. And
then the other three actors, William Shatner, who is from the Star Trek franchise, plays Captain Kirk. LeVar Burton, who plays Geordi from Star Trek franchise, and of course Anson Mount. And we know Anson Mount as Black Bolt from the Inhuman series and Multiverse of Madness.
Yep.
And he's also Captain Christopher Pike in the Star Trek franchise.
Nice. Dude, that's a great roster, especially for like a first year. Like they're starting off right for real.
Yeah.
They spend so much bread.
Oh my god, I want to find a way to make it to this now. I ain't gonna lie.
It seemed like it's going to be a damn good time.
Yeah, jeez. And what was the date on this again, real quick?
His
October.
name?
Oh, the date.
October 25th to the 27th.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
Heck yeah.
And then my final three, which are the only three voice actors besides Matthew Wood that they grabbed. So it's three characters from Rick and Morty show. Rick, Morty, and Summer.
Okay.
So it'll be Ian Cardoni, I believe, Harry Belden, and Spencer Grammer, I believe. So forgive me if I butcher those names, but in that respective order, Rick, Morty, and Summer will be there at this convention.
You know there'll be a line for them lined up too. Rick and Morty is such a pretty big fan base as well.
Yes, Lord.
That sounds like a great con, for real. Like if I had to make one more con this year, it'd probably be that one.
It'll be worth every penny, man.
For real. Just for the Star Wars alone.
Whew. Star Wars and Star Trek, it's just you can't beat it, man. It's just for space nerds and
Right.
Kind of makes you want to go in a Jedi cosplay.
Well, I think that's all we got for everybody this week. We'll catch everybody next episode. Actually, catch everybody this Saturday for a special episode.
Oh, yeah.
All right. You'll have a good one.